How's it going, everyone? How's it going? Appreciate you guys coming in. Want to do a members only live stream or a Patreon only live stream here. Probably for like, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 minutes or so. Just did it on the main channel first, but now I want to do one here. Just in case you guys had questions, there's a lot of stuff going on, and you guys can obviously talk to yourselves too in the chat. But I think it's important to take a look at the market on green days, on red days. Maybe I'll put this up to the channel too for everyone else to see. Just make it public after we're actually through the live stream. I'm still trying to get up to my watch hours, so I have to have it public to hit some watch hours on the second channel, just in case anything were to ever happen to the main channel. So again, I'll probably put it public after we're done here and just allow people to take a look at what we talked about. But yeah, so kind of crazy day in the market. And I don't know if you guys saw, I was just live for 40 minutes. So I'm just going to pull this up for a second before I go through and talk about what you guys want to talk about. But there's a lot of green right now. And I did that video yesterday, talk about how I was just really bullish on the market in general and the tech sector in general. I think that tech is really going to be what leads us over the coming years. I don't see something like Carnival Cruise Lines moving up the same amount as something like CleanSpark or NEO or Tesla over the next 10 years. But I think that's starting to be what we see today. Like, so many people are jumping back in to the tech sector, to the high growth sector, like CleanSpark up 28% today. CleanSpark should not jump up 28% in a day. It's just been beaten down so much. A lot of people are trying to move back into it now. I like CleanSpark, don't get me wrong, but it should not be seeing 30% move. Same thing with Tesla. Tesla is a huge company. How much did they add today to their market cap? Like 100, what would that be? Like 100 or 150 billion dollars. NEO. This is big money that's coming in. This isn't retail investors. I know a lot of retail investors that ran out of money trying to buy the dip. This is a bunch of institutional investors that have pulled out a lot of money, and now they're starting to feel a little bit better about it. So they're making it rain in the market here. I mean, again, we have everything, pretty much everything across the board is green. There are a couple of companies that aren't green down here, like well, first of all, Ethereum's not green. I don't know why it always switches me back. Ethereum's not green, but it's been moving up a lot. RAC pretty much trading sideways. JP Morgan trading sideways. GIXU, not anything that has announced anything yet. We have Walt Disney, which has actually gone down a decent amount. Corporate Universe is down like a penny, so that's why it's down 6%. And then the VIX is just down a lot. But nearly everything is green right now, which is kind of crazy. But I want to hear, like, what are you guys thinking about this market? Do you think it's a bull trap or not? I don't think it's a bull trap, because I think there are I think that there's just too much positive. Of course, I mean, it could be a bull trap, right? Or some people could say it's a bull trap if we see a red day tomorrow, but I'm happy to keep on buying the dips. I'm not buying anything today just because, man, it's up so much right now. Of course, like, there are a lot of stocks that are still at good values right now, but I've been buying a lot over the last couple of weeks, so I kind of want to see what happens over the next day or two. But heck, if tomorrow comes out and we're red 5% in a couple stocks, I might still be picking some up, because there's still value deals right now. So if we see a little bit of red, or even just a couple stocks, I'd love to see a couple stocks go red and buy a little bit more. Yeah, 8% up for Ghost. He says, yeah, my portfolio is up a good amount too. I have it spread across like 3 or 4 different brokerages, but I think every single one's up like 4 to 5%. Again, like, Disney is one of my largest holdings, so it's weighted down a little bit because of that, but Disney's been killer the last year, so I can't complain. Do I expect a market crash or a big correction soon? We just saw a correction, at least in the tech sector. In the NASDAQ, we saw a correction. Yeah, so a lot of people are apparently saying bull trap. I don't know. I did that video last night talking about how, like, now is a 3 or 4 month low for a lot of companies. If it's a bull trap, like, let me look up the exact definition of a bull trap. I mean, honestly, it's just that people get caught thinking that it's that the market's going to go up, and then they buy in, and then it goes down. But let's see the exact terminology. It's a false signal referring to a decline trend in a stock that reverses after a convincing rally. So yeah, I mean, anytime we see a green day, then a red day, and a red day, and a red day, it could technically be a bull trap. But right now, there's just so much green. Today, I could see it pull back a little bit, but long term, like looking a month or two out, I don't see us being red a lot more than we are now. That's why I'm so bullish. That's why I've been buying for the last 2 weeks, because I'm still bullish on the whole market. Have you looked into INSG? No, I haven't. Let me pull it up to see the name of the company here. Inseego. Yeah, so someone else had brought this up to me in the main live stream. I haven't looked into it before. What but yeah, maybe I should. Let me know if you guys think I should. I don't know anything about it. Any thoughts on INPX? That's another one I haven't looked into. And Pixon. Yeah, this is just $100 million company. I've never heard of it. Or maybe I have, and I don't even know about it because I just forgot about it. To provide CO2 sensors to help identify COVID infection risk. Yeah, so with a lot of these companies that are pushed up because of like different things to do with COVID, I don't know if I really want to buy something that's just pushed up on that, because honestly, I don't think COVID will be a big issue for a long time. What subscriptions do I use to get my news from? I don't use any subscriptions. I don't pay for anything. I've been really I really should get the Wall Street Journal, and I should get Seeking Alpha, because it's a pain in the butt when they show me an article and then I have to click out of it because it's not free or whatever. I hit my limit and then I have to go into a different one that says the same thing. So honestly, I need to pick those up. But I use WeBull mostly for like all my news, and then I'll just Google whatever it is too if I see a big jump. But generally, I use WeBull, and it's really easy to see like what stocks have been moving up or have news on them. Okay, sorry. I'm just it shoots me around sometimes. Yeah, so I've done videos on SFTW. I appreciate that, Finance AP. Yep. I've done that. Is this reversal or just a small bump? It's hard to tell over the next couple days. Who knows? I mean, I didn't think we were gonna see this much red anyways. But yeah, I'm bullish long term. Would love to see a video for rookies like me that got trapped, no funds to buy dips. Should I sell with loss to move money to stocks with better movement? Yeah, I can't get next check fast enough. I hear you. It depends. It depends on what stocks you're in, what's your conviction level, all stuff like that. Like I wouldn't just sell because some stocks aren't moving up. Like I'm not selling Disney today because it's 3% down. That's kind of a recipe for disaster, just moving from one stock to the next that's green. You really have to do the research when they are down, the last couple days. If you've been buying, hopefully you have been buying. Hopefully you ran out of money today because you had spent so much over the last couple of weeks. But you can't time it out perfectly. Like I've been buying the dips for 2 weeks and I still had some cash left over. Like I put more money into my accounts last week at the end of the week, just in case we kept on seeing red, and I wanted to buy more, but I couldn't time it out perfectly. I put a good amount in, but there's still a lot left in case I wanted to buy more. Hi, Sam. Quick question regarding BlockFi. Don't elaborate why, but what stablecoin do you choose? Yeah, so it's GUSD. And then why not USDT? I don't think I don't remember if USDT is the one that pays 9.3. There's one that pays 9.3. And honestly, I was going to put some of my money in there, but I had to take it out anyways here soon for the house. So I just put in GUSD. Gemini is the one that is the provider of that. So I think either are fine, honestly, but I put mine in GUSD. Send slowly but surely, waiting on the FDA approval. Yeah, if they get that 180 day, or when they get that 180 day, that's going to be big. What about NNDM long term? I'm not super bullish on NNDM. Like I've talked about it. I talked in those videos about how I thought it would probably move up, just because that's what we had kept on seeing from whenever they like raise money and stuff. But I was very clear I wasn't buying it because I don't think they have an end consumer. I feel like this is one that I talk about a lot in live streams when people ask, because a lot of people are wondering about it. I just don't love it. There's no end consumer. But my brother-in-law worked at GM, and he said that like they use these kind of 3D printers, and they have like 30 of them because they need to be quicker than competitors, and they need to have the 3D printers there for their engineers because he was an engineer there. So yeah, NNDM long term, I don't know. There are more and more 3D printing companies getting in the space. So I'm not buying it, at least. How about you do a live screen share of your portfolio? So I don't do live screen shares of my portfolio because a lot of the time, if the video goes too long, it logs me out of my different apps, and I don't want to have it log me out. And then, like, no offense, but I don't want people to see like my email that's not like myfinancialfriend18@gmail.com. That's the one that I have underneath my videos. I'm just cautious about like sharing my full name, which honestly, if you scrub through enough stuff, you could probably find it. But like, I don't know. There's just something about showing the full name. I don't know. You guys know my first name, but like, I don't know. There are some weird people on the internet. I'm not saying that you guys are, but like just some of that information protection stuff. I worked at a bank, so I'm a little bit cautious about that. My dad's also a lawyer, so he's a little bit cautious about that. So I don't know. I'm just more concerned about that than anything else. I think, like, I don't care about you guys seeing my portfolio. I do an update all the time on it. Like, I think I did one last week or something. Thoughts on GIC? I added last week. I don't plan on adding anymore, but it could be a good company long term. It's got those commercial vehicles 3 through 7 in there. So yeah, I think it's a different play than a lot of companies are making. A lot of these companies are going like semi trucks or consumer cars and stuff like that. So this is kind of like an in between. I have not looked at JAG-X since I did a video about it like a couple months ago. Uh, DXY going down, does it not affect to market? I don't know what DXY is. A dollar US dollar index. So I'm guessing that's just just the price of the dollar or the strength of the dollar? I'm not exactly sure on that. Is it a good time to consolidate all the penny stocks we were buying earlier? Any such stocks which you can talk now? Um, so yeah, I've been considering doing this too. The hard thing is coming out of something like this, all the red. There are penny stocks that we bought probably a handful of them. I almost sold a BML the other day, but then I looked at it a little bit more. I remembered my thesis on it, and then it moved up a lot today. So it's hard to sell like right out of the red because so many are going to go up right now. I'm not going to sell until probably when they're up a little bit more because it's hard to tell exactly which ones will move, in my opinion. But yeah, a lot of these stocks, a lot of these penny stocks have moved up a lot today, and it might be good to consolidate. Just make sure that you're in the ones that you want to be in the most. I I also bought a handful of them because I don't want to be too heavily weighted in any specific one. Like it's great if it goes up, but also I'm pretty risk averse. So having like 4 or 5 penny stocks that are in different sectors doing different things makes me feel a little bit better at night than having like 4 or 5% of my portfolio in 2 different penny stocks or 1 penny stock or something. That's just my opinion though. Finance AP is buying a lot of dips. Yeah, same thing. Any thoughts on ACXC? Let me pull that up here. Or ASXC. Okay, so that's Transenterics. Yeah, so that is one that I did that video on recently, but I still have not bought it. Might be a good time to buy. I'm not sure. Again, this is one that I haven't really looked super into since I've done a couple videos on them, but I haven't bought them on the dip. I haven't looked at them over the last couple weeks to see what kind of prospects they have in front of them. They're down 30% though, but a lot of stocks are down 30%. Good dividend to buy on the dip. There aren't a lot of dividend stocks that have moved down that much. I mean, you could have bought Apple. They were down like 4% yesterday, but they're not really a high dividend payer. I like Store Capital. I still like some of those classic plays I've been buying in that dividend portfolio. Okay, I'm down. I'm back like 10 minutes. I need to move to the front now. To look at some of the newer stuff. I'm sorry, there are about 10 minutes in there where I didn't answer questions because I got too backed up, but I have probably another couple minutes. Okay. Hi, Sam. First of all, congrats on the engagement. Wondering your thoughts on SBG. SPEC that's merging with Outlet Motor. They're basically bottom at $10.02. Yeah, so okay, so I don't think I probably have enough time to actually look at it on stream, but if they're at $10.02, there's very little downside. The only thing that could happen is it can actually go under $10. I've been trying to explain this a little bit more, and they can go under $10, but that's like if people are margin called or if people really just want to move their money to higher growth stock. So it can fall under, but right now at $10.02, if you like the company, it's probably a good time to buy. Who do I respect as a good YouTuber for good picks? I really like Dead Inside. I watch his videos. I really like Meet Kevin and Jeremy also. So I watch those three a lot and really watch their picks. There's some people that just throw out like a lot of penny stock videos. Like I throw out, like I bought probably 5 or 6 penny stocks and I do follow-ups on them, but like I don't know. It's hard to weed through penny stocks. So if I get thrown like a penny stock every single day from some people, it's hard to follow through all those. And then some people I just haven't seen enough, or some people only talk about like really big players. So I like a mix of them. Like I like people like that will go into the 100, 200, 300 million dollar stocks and then also all the way up to see like whatever value there is in the market. Okay, I probably have to jump off here in a second. Sorry that we're not answering every single question. What are your thoughts on XPEV? Massively down since the last 8 weeks. Yeah, so a lot of those Chinese automakers are down. Let me pull that one up. I thought that they were too inflated before XPEV, XPeng Lee, but now that they're down, honestly, they seem like decent values. XPeng just in general, or XPEV was up above 70. It was at 72. Now it's at 30. Under 30, it's down 59%. Let me pull up their revenue here to see what they're doing in revenue. And actually, maybe we'll go to the close because that way we can take a look at what they're doing at the close here. Okay, let me share my screen for you guys. Okay, reports mixed Q4. Revenue of 411 million, so let's say 1.6 on a run rate. And they're sitting around what, or 1.6 billion. I don't know if I said million or billion. They're sitting around 23 billion now. So they have a price to sales around 14 or 15. Neo, I think, has a run rate right around 4 billion. Not earnings. I want their stock. And I could be wrong on that. They're sitting also around a 15 to 16 price to sales ratio. Yeah, I think a lot of these are just beaten down heavily. And I think they'll continue to grow. The question is, which one do you want to pick at this point? Tesla is much more expensive than these, but they're also so much further in too. I still hold on to CCIV too. So what do I think about Aero? So I was looking at it a lot when Dead Inside, actually before Dead Inside talked about it. I heard that he was talking about it, and I did research on it. But he had mentioned to people that he was looking at it, or he was buying it, or whatever, and it had moved up so much that I didn't want to buy it. But right now at $6.38, it's probably not that bad a buy because it really hasn't been this low in a while. Like it was 550 back in December. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting company. It's one of those ones that is just different enough that probably has a niche. They had a $42 million direct offering too, so they have some cash. Yeah, it's one to take a look at. I've been trying to consolidate into more companies, um, but this one is one that could be a good play. I haven't looked at that one at all, actually. What pot stocks do I hold? So I hold IIPR. It's a REIT. I was buying that one at like 60 or 70, 80, all the way up to probably like 120 or something. Now it's at 170. It went up to 200. Um, then I also hold Planet 13. Densai just alerted Aero. Nice. Yeah, he's been talking about that one a good amount. Okay, a lot of people are saying they're bullish on Aero. So is it moving up right now because of that? No. So he alerted it, but doesn't look like it's doing that pump that happens usually after he talks about something. Not that he does it on purpose or anything like that, but usually it jumps up pretty quickly. Okay. You've been investing in banking since the crash, been playing it safe till I get close to the bottom. Do you think the stimulus will affect the banking stocks to move higher or lower? Um, I don't know if that. Yeah, so I think it will help them in a positive way because people will have more money to to like pay back loans and stuff like that. And there's just going to be more money in the environment. I think generally something that I'd be more worried about is like the interest rates moving. That generally affects a lot of stocks that have that that are in the banking sector. But generally, usually it's good when they move up because their spreads are higher. So like variable loans, they get a higher interest rate. At least it depends on the specific stock though too. Any thoughts on Ford? No, so I haven't really looked into Ford that much. I know that they're moving to more EV. Um, any thoughts on Quell still down? Yeah, so Quell's one of those ones where it's almost like a money play. Like you're putting it in there, it could go up 20% or it could just kind of sit there because they haven't announced who they're merging with. Like they announced that they were in talks with an EV toll company. But I said in there too when I bought it, like this is something that I could sell out of beforehand if there's a better opportunity. But if they announce, that's going to be great for them. Can you make a video for new people? Which app you use for watching the chart and candles? Yeah, so I use WeBull, but maybe I'll do a video on it too. I'm actually about to pull it up here in a second. Uh, but yeah, I use WeBull for that. There is a link down below if you guys want that. You can get some bonus stocks. Anything new about ACIC? No, not really. I don't think they've had any news. Do I trade under an LLC and have a CPA help you out? No. So I don't know what would be the point of trading under an LLC. I don't even know if you can, right? Like a limited liability company, because you already get the tax. Like I think it would just go to you personally, anyways. And if you do it yourself, then you don't have to pay for an LLC and stuff like that. But I do have a CPA that helps me because I have multiple businesses. You're interested in ACIC? Yeah. So I've done a couple videos on it if you want to check that out. Do I still like the Beachbody SPAC? I haven't taken a look at the price on that one. I did a video on it, and honestly, I wasn't buying it. I forgot the exact reasoning behind why I wasn't buying it, but yeah, I'm not buying it. I do not own shares of Gevo at all. What's my plan on time? I'm just holding it. So since I bought it, when I made that video, I said that I was just holding it, and it's gonna be one of those ones that has like make or break catalysts, and stuff can happen in the meantime. But if they hit their catalyst, it's gonna go up. Right now, it's down a lot, but so is the general sector. So let's take a look at what the market's doing right now, because this is the end of the day here. I'm going to reload this, see where everything's going. It looked, oh, sweet. Well, 1 second. Apparently, I just dropped it. I just have to log back in, so I have to take it out here. Looked like some stocks are making moves up. Eyes and ears, those ones move quite quickly. I find it so odd that eyes and ears moved up at the same time. I don't know if they both have individual catalysts or if it's just that they're similar some way or that Wall Street bets thought it would be funny. I don't know. I don't know why they're moving up like that, but it's kind of crazy. What are the chances? Okay, it's pulling up here. It's just taking a second. Okay. Honestly, I know that a lot of people are hurting right now in the market because of how red everything's been. Honestly, I'd still like some more red. I was hoping for a little bit more red, but also green. As a content creator, we see a lot more views when it's green than red. No one wants to watch, but when it's red. But personally, as an investor, I was hoping to see a little bit more red so that we could see some more deals. Tesla. Okay, Tesla is solidifying right around 670. It's been up 19% for a couple hours. Clean Spark still in that 25% range. It was like between 24 and 30 for a while. Ears and eyes still up a huge amount. GameStop really solidifying up there, which, yeah, so it's just stayed around the same level for the last couple hours, looks like. Nano moving up 16% up on the day. Neo up 17% on the day. T2 up 14. Kind of came down a little bit since its highs, but not bad. Sen still up 15%. Virgin Galactic still staying around that $30 range. FRSX coming down a little bit. You can see it kind of curl down there. Okay, Square up at 245. Still such a huge gain for a company that size, but I guess, Tesla moved up a good amount too. ChargePoint up 11%, jumped and then kind of came back down a little bit. Conversion Lab solidifying that 17 range. What else? Churchill sitting around 24. DermTech dipping down a little bit towards the end here. Planet 13 coming up to 1630. Redfin really consolidating pretty much half the day here on that range. Teladoc still up 9%. Helicity coming up a little bit throughout the day. Gores still up 9%. Palantir still up. What else? Everything is pretty much what we had expect. Like nothing's really jumping up right at the end here. Nothing's falling down. GIC is up a good amount. So many stocks are up 3 to 9%, and then a lot are up 10 to 15 too. I guess that's just 3 to 15%. But yeah, so Ethereum's actually coming back a little bit here too. What else? Disney falling down a little bit more. VIX is down a good amount. Okay. All right. So it looks like everything's kind of solidifying. Here's just coming up a little bit more. It's nice to see like a day that's not insane where like things are going up or down 20% within a couple minutes or like 5-10% within a couple minutes. It's kind of nice just to see like, okay, it's constantly going up. It's consolidating a little bit. GameStop is just crazy right there. But yeah, I think that'll just about do it. Comments on Palantir, please. I like Palantir a lot. I've been adding over the last couple weeks. Nick Herman, where are you getting this info from? Huh. Okay. He said, okay, so this is back on the LLC thing, I think. It's because you can protect yourself by writing off 100% of your losses instead of the max of 3,500. Yeah, so I don't know. I would check with your CPA about that. Interesting. I don't know. I have a S corp for the business here. How much time does it take you to make a video? It depends on what the video is. If I know exactly what I'm talking about and I don't have to cut or anything like that, like the time to make an 8-minute video, like shoot it, edit it. If there's no editing, I still have to like put up the screen and stuff like that, and then download it, put it up. It's probably like 45 minutes, but like there's a lot of research. There's a lot of the time there's cutting and stuff like that. So maybe like a couple hours on the higher side. There's some though that take a lot more time. Okay. Thoughts on OCGN? What's my price target? I'm not sure. I don't own it actually. Okay, and then I think we're pretty much good. The market's closed now, after hours. Let's just pull up the after hours real quick. And then we'll probably get off here. Add to stream. Okay, after hours. Eyes up a little bit. TTCF up a little bit. Pretty much, I mean, everything's really new, right? We've only been in the aftermarket for a minute here. So there's probably not going to be a ton of movement yet. Okay. So good day overall. It was a nice day. We got some green. I'm happy if we see red tomorrow. I'm happy if we see green tomorrow. Either the accounts are growing or we have more deals. So either way, I'd be pretty happy here. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. We're probably going to do more of these in the future. I appreciate you guys being in here. And yeah, I see this a lot actually. You look tired today. Yeah, I am kind of tired today. I slept a good amount, but it's been an emotional last couple days. Not bad emotional, but like with the house and the engagement, everything, it kind of drains you. So trying to catch up on some sleep for sure. But I appreciate you guys watching. I have another video coming up, kind of talking about those stocks that I thought were at good value still here. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate all the congratulations and everything like that. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.